Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft. So we are back and we are doing pretty good actually. I've done some renovations in my base and I'll have to show them. First off, I want to show you my reactor. I finally fired it up. Used it a bit today. I had a lot of wind issues, so I turned it off near its end. I'll run it during the episode. I don't know. Actually, yes, it should die during the episode. You see it's pretty decently fast, but it worked well. I'd like to show you, since I don't do this kind of stuff with you guys often, I like to share with you what I'm doing underground, kind of, because I think that's kind of important. I'm going to clear under here a bit more so we can see a bit better over time, but you can see under here, I'm protecting it. I have what I call an L shape. This is what Electro and I always do with most of our stuff. We L shape it, basically. If you really want to be crazy, you can put more down here, but that should be impossible for it to blast outwards. Basically, it would blast downwards, and that would be pretty much it. Maybe slightly to the side, but because of the length, it should be fine. What I've done is I bring it over, and I bring it to the MFSU. I've actually shifted the MFSU over. I don't know if you noticed. Instead, it's right here. Rather than here. That's because I put glass fiber cable here and I sprayed it with CF foam. So the same stuff that we made the reinforced thing, I just sprayed the foam on here. And then I have an HV here and an MV. So for now on, all my machines over here are now powered with insulated cabling. And because of that, I've had to put transformer upgrades in it, which is MV transformer. A little expensive because it's steel on our pack, but yeah, I've put those on all the machines, and basically this reduces any machine power issues that I was getting for the longest time, which I was starting to get quite often, unfortunately, so that helps fix it. And then I'm doing the same thing actually in the rest of the base as well. This is where I wish I had a better... Where is this? Let's see here. There you go. This might work a bit better. We'll use a shovel a bit. Let's dig around in our base, see what we got around here, okay? So, first of all, this one goes over to our setup for the... I'm like, where are we? This goes to our setup back here, and this goes to our pump. I showed you this already. So this is our nuclear reactor processing, basically, over here. So you can see some of the machines here, or processing, which we're seeing there, or washing and all that. So HV, MV, and LV using fiberglass cable right away. Same with over here, fiberglass cable, and then MV. All these machines are MV except the pump, which is an LV, a little transformer there. This one is using LV all the way along. And so this is sort of how I'm distributing the power. Not only that, they're coming off of the MFSU. The fiber cable is like 8,096 out it can do. So these are 2048E right now, which is next to nothing. But basically that means we can at least split out 2048, and then that way the fiberglass cable goes multiple ways, and it basically provides us with a lot more power in a sense. So it goes this way, that way, etc. When you use an HV transformer, you're kind of limiting that a bit more. So this basically has solved any kind of random power fluctuation in the base. Oh, and the last one, I guess, over here. Yeah, because that was... Yeah, so this is for my machines here. And then we have a separate system over here. Let's just go over here quickly. And this is where my... MV machines are, so not the centrifuge, but the other one. Electrolyzer, I think it is. So they kind of sit over here. I should put some lights down here. Yeah, I was starting to slowly dig this out when I work, but I wasn't going to bother doing it all right away. But yeah, so industrial electrolyzer is there. And then there's one more machine that's MV that's there. So yeah, either way, it works out really well. I just thought you guys deserve to know what we do underneath here. And then I think this one's missing there. Awesome. Yeah, so chemical reactor was the other one, which I never work. Right now, I'm putting redstone through the industrial centrifuge. This will give us ruby dust and pyrite dust. Boo on the pyrite, honestly. Pyrite will get us more sulfur and iron dust. Okay for the iron dust. Not so okay with the sulfur. I have so much sulfur, but I was just doing it for the ruby dust, because ruby dust in the industrial electrolyzer will give us a bit of chrome. So basically, I'm just doing this for fun, for a little extra chrome. That being said, I could probably just just fortune this stuff and get lots of chrome. I would recommend fortuning this because with Fortune 3 you get 3.3, but Industrial Grinder you get 1 and then 6 and then a little tiny granite. So basically this would be considered 2.5, and I think when you do this with Fortune 3 it's 3.3. And then still you get granites on top of that. So I do recommend fortuning sapphire, rubies, diamonds. Honestly, emerald ores, maybe not so much, mainly because, here you go. You get 2.2 on Fortune 3. But what makes this more interesting is if you use the Industrial Grinder, you'll get 1 emerald and 6 small piles of emerald dust. So basically it's like 2.5. Now, of course, putting it back into emerald is not worth it, but emerald dust is actually kind of what you need later on. So this is not worth it right here. But the metal former and emerald plates is actually what's used to make data storage circuits, which is used for a heck a lot of the things. Basically, data orbs and data control units are used quite often. So it is an expensive, but definitely a block I would probably use a bit more later on. So this is a bit messy over here right now. I guess I should put that where things go. But I've kind of organized things a bit better. Smooth stone, sand, etc. This is wood. This ended up taking some wood. It was supposed to just be outdoor stuff, but I have a lot of wood. Electro has a farm, so I've been using that, using it for building the rail system and some other stuff. But anyways, let's put the ore here. Outside of that, I don't think we've done a heck of a lot. I think out there is about the same. Oh, yes, I've done something interesting out here. So if we check this out, this is, of course, our our setup for Immersive Engineer, which I don't use much, but I filled these all up for fun. Why not? What makes this more interesting is actually this right here. This is a 3x3 HV capacitor. Now, there is no such thing as, one of these being like this, but instead I connected it together myself. And basically the idea is that everything, these sides, I only did this because I connect like an HV capacitor on the side here, just if I want to mobile one. But basically what happens is this connects to the bottom and it kind of flows through the entire thing and goes to the top. Basically it pushes all of it, like the side facings are set up in a way where it pushes it all the way to the top and then the top middle. And so when this is full, the entire thing will fill up and it'll empty itself all the way to the top center. So it's a very decently balanced system I made, and I thought it would be a fun thing to do. So I just turn this on, the energy flows and it starts going through in here. And you won't probably see it here. Oh, it's filling on the side here, but it'll slowly fill up the top, middle, and then the bottom, and work its way. And it works really, really well. Honestly, I was actually really surprised and impressed by my little setup there. I don't know if anyone's done it before out there, probably, but I wanted to do something myself, so that was cool. This is for charging a charge station. I made this. Not really useful, to be honest, because it's not really like I have much to charge with it, but I played around with it anyways. Actually, I used a builder's gadget here. I'm using it very simple, basically. I just right-click, say, the ground here, and I use it to place that block material. So I was using it to help build the rail system, but it's made of advanced circuits, aluminum plate, computer monitor. A little more expensive than most things on this pack, but yeah, it was worth it. And then outside of that, I think everything's about the same here. We're up to 4 grinders and 2 industrial blast furnaces. Honestly, I probably could do with another couple industrial blast furnaces. And one thing I learned about TR machines is, and I love this a lot, you can actually click them. So these run at 64. This runs at 120. So blast furnaces actually use quite a bit, where the grinders are only using 64. So keep that in mind. These are almost twice as much. It should be 128 for twice as much, but they run at 120. So keep that in mind. That's, I think, kind of important just to let you know that, hey, these do use a lot of power. And in the future, we'll definitely have to work on getting even more power and upgrade our systems. But yeah, they definitely work. And you can see our incoming power right now, which is, well, it would be probably what we're using because it's matching up right now. So it really doesn't matter. Well, it says we're using 500. Oh, because of the reactor too. Sorry. Yeah, you could switch it in, I guess, and then switch out.
So it should match it technically, just because if it's sitting at 40 mil EU at the same time, that's it. That's all it does. So today we're going to make nano armor, or I'm going to attempt to make some nano armor. Kind of time for some new armor and upgrade, and I'll probably wear this as a cosmetic armor just to be that guy, and people will be like, oh, he's still wearing that kind of armor. And then they won't know my secret until they watch this episode. So first of all, for nano armor, each piece is going to require a lithium battery pack, which, whatever. But it requires 2 energy crystals. So keep in mind that is 8 energy crystals in total. So it means that we should probably plan that right away. So if we do the math right, each one requires 4? Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get rid of these ones. There you go. So we're going to want to go through the macerator process here. I knew there was a macerator somewhere. We'll get that done. I just recently did a bunch of rubber. I'm thinking of making more solar panels eventually, but I haven't decided. You can see all the electronic circuits. If not, I have a lot of electronic circuits for whenever I need it, really. Okay, so now that we did that, we're going to do lithium. Now, lithium, I've already produced a bunch of. Where is my lithium? Right here. And lithium is basically from clay dust. So you just take clay dust and electrolyze it, and we got to get the other clay dust. There you go. Basically, macerate clay dust, you get 2 clay, macerate clay block, and you get 2 clay dust. And then when you do that, you electrolyze 8 of it, and you get 1 lithium, 2 silicon, 2 aluminum, and 2 sodium. And all I cared about was the lithium, and so there you go, 8 for 1. And so there you go, we got lots of lithium, and probably more than enough for our project today. Actually, 1 is probably even enough for our project. And then we can turn that into lithium packs here, which are required for this. But first, what we have to do is make the energy pack here from IC2, so that's a little hefty there, mostly due to the fact that we need to get a certain resource for that. Oh, actually, we have 23 advanced circuits. That might not be so hefty after all. Look at all these plates in here. Who's been bad? Actually, I think we need iron plates. Might as well grab a stack of those. Okay, so let's see if I have most of what I need. So I need the energy crystals still. And then, yeah, so just energy crystals, really. And then we're going to need some redstone to make those energy crystals. And then we have to compress them, of course. So, macerator, that's where they are. And we'll just go here. I did the number right? I think so. I'm trying to think, like, did I do the numbers right? There you go. Oh, no, I didn't do the numbers right. I did enough. Oh, what the heck? I derped up there. I did enough for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not even do enough. Close enough. There you go. With MV, you can actually go ahead and put all your overclockers in it. Does eat a lot of power, but when doing something like this, it's more like, yeah, whatever. You touch that, the machine blows up. Just keep that in mind. So you don't want to do that accidentally. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. Now be careful when you push this in, because if you can get them in here, it'll use it as power, and you don't want that accidentally. So actually, I'm kind of curious what the power usage of this would be if I put all this in here. It's going to happen too fast, though, so it's probably not going to matter. Oh well, it uses 34 now. Yeah, I couldn't even get the thing in without it being completed instantly, so that wouldn't have worked. Okay. Let's go ahead and there you go. So we should make 4 energy packs. They cannot stack apparently. Now hopefully I did all the NBT data and all that right. If not, basically this is going to be short-lived, and I'm going to have to fix this up in an update, which is going to suck. So gold insulated cable, but regular. So 99% of the time we use the other time, except for this recipe and transformer upgrades. So to make the other transformer upgrades is the same recipe basically as the IC one for Tech Reborn, except instead of using the 2 ends, basically 2 rubber and 1 gold cable, it's 1 gold cable and 1 rubber. So I have a bunch of these just because I already did it once. So yeah, cool. Okay, so here we go. And aluminum plates. So we got tons of those. There you go. So, we need to make this 6 of these. Holy crap, 12, 24, I think. So we're going to make 24 of these, and there you go. So more than enough. Oh, you got to be kidding me. They do not stack. So there's 1 piece of armor, 2... I guess we should match them up again. 2 pieces of armor. Wait, were they in... Oh, crap. They were in 3. Oh, no, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. There you go. That's... pieces of armor. Okay. I derped up on the math there. There you go. And... Oh, that actually is not the case. Before it required the full energy, but that is not the case anymore. Something I have to fix. Let's see here. I'll fix it later. Okay, I was going to write it down, but I was like, whatever. Okay, so we got that done, and we got to get a couple more, right? So once again, let's go ahead and make these guys. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. And then we can make you guys and then you guys. There you go. So look at that. Enough lithium. You only need, what is that, 48 lithium to do our little project here. Not too bad. Okay, so now that we have all that, we can do carbon plates. Now, it's not all over. Most of the armor, pretty easy at this point, but not for all of it. So we can do the boots. We can do the chest piece. We can do the helmet. You can't do the helmet. And we can do the pants. But now we have to take our time and do the rest. So we can start charging parts of it up while we're working here. So the hard part of this now is the helmet. This has always been the case. Somebody was evil enough to make the helmet always hard in IC2, even if you don't modify recipes. They're not really hard, but I mean, they take a bit more effort. So that's why I say they're hard. So the helmet, the nano suit helmet, there you go, requires this night vision thing. And it's a little fun setup here. So you're going to need lapis plates, copper plates, and tin plates. So copper plates, lapis plates, and tin plates. And then there was at least regular circuits in there. And then there was reinforced glass. I don't know if I have any reinforced glass anymore. Ah, yeah, I do. Because we made it for these windows to try to make them nice. And I was going to do them inside, but I decided not to. Because if there's a double blast, it would destroy my base. So best not to take the chance, unfortunately. There you go. So we got some of it done. But we have to actually make these guys, which we need at 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I think we just ran out, didn't we? Because you need how many there? Oh, no, we still have enough circuits. Sorry. There we go. So there you go. Now we've gotten part of it done. So you got to get glass, tin cable, copper cable, iron. Oddly enough, we need more of the iron casing. Tin cable. There was glass, but don't remember which glass. Was it just the flat glass there? Oh, no, it was the big, round, normal glass. One of these has a bunch of glass in it. There you go. And I'm probably still missing one thing, but we'll see here in a second. There you go. Ah, the copper cable. 1, 2. Awesome. Oh, yeah, let's keep charging this up because we want to charge it up so we can have it when we make this, or most of it. Okay, and yeah, that should be it for that part. So we should be able to make these guys, and there you go. You get 8 at a time, so you got more than enough for a very long time, basically. Then we need 2 pieces of rubber, and we're done. Go figure. Which, there you go. I was running out of rubber. It's good I took a bunch from our farm. I was like, for our episode, I was like, ooh, I want to make sure we have enough rubber for the future, just in case. You never know when a recipe requires it. Because I made a lot of chips, right? So it made tons of insulated copper cables, and then it's like, uh-oh. Okay, so now we can make the night vision, and then we can make the helmet. And there you go. And that, my friends, is a full set of nano armor. And then basically, if you want the best armor later on, it's a lot more expensive. It requires iridium neutron reflectors, Lapatronic orb pack, which is really expensive. Basically, something we're not going to be doing anytime soon. But yeah, I think the next one would be basically the wow. Test. Okay. So it is on the low setting. My microphone's a little hitting the top there. I gotta move it slightly. The next one would be an electric pack, and it requires the most expensive thing would be tungsten steel, which we're getting there. Basically, we just have to upgrade the outer shell of our blast furnace, which we're in my opinion pretty much there. And then we have to also do the. Sorry, I'm like, huh, what are we doing? And the RTG. That's what it was. So, I'm using this one, which doesn't really show anything. Okay, let's go and take this out. And let's put you in there. Okay. Sorry. So the other part would be the RTG. So if we check out the jetpack, pellet of RTG basically is plutonium. You get a tiny bit of plutonium every time you macerate these guys. So we have depleted guys here. We actually have 4 tiny from each of the 7 we've already done. If you throw that in the thermal centrifuge. So we actually are pretty damn close to getting that piece of RTG, which is needed. So when these get to depleted, I take this out and then I macerate it and I get that. So I might save that for another episode, of course, because we can do the jetpack together. But then that will make our suit, and then we just have to tie it basically to this through a jetpack attachment plate. Costs a bit of iridium, but you get those in dungeons. And then once you attach that, basically, then you're set. Yeah, you honestly are really set. So how long does it take to make tungsten? I think tungsten steel is actually really fast. Oh, you need a vacuum freezer. That's the other thing. So it's a different system. Yeah, 25 seconds. For a Let's Play, we can do that during the Let's Play. We upgrade the industrial blast furnace, and then we also make, during that episode, the vacuum freezer. So I think I'll prepare that for our future episode, and then we can make a jetpack and go from there, which I think would be pretty sweet if you ask me. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to swap our armors out here. Oh, I have these in the wrong spot. I was like, it ain't working. And then for fun, so we look badass, to be honest. The hat actually matches the outfit. But for fun, what we're going to do, and I'm only doing this just because I don't know. I do it too myself, but I live on a server that a lot of people are like, Rusher, and blah, blah, blah. So no one will know I'm actually even wearing it at this point, but I have it on. And you can see it adds a lot of armor protection. Basically, even fall damage. I had fall damage boots, which will, of course, help me a lot. But hitting HV wire would take half of my health. Let's see what it's like now when I hit it. It might not work here. What does one have to do to get electrocuted this day and age? That used to send me to the next realm and back, basically. Fine, be a pain in my butt. Well, what we can do is you can do this. And then put this one. Okay, we know where that goes. I don't think I have an immunity all of a sudden. It just doesn't. I guess. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or there's just no need for a current right now to it. This would normally kick my ass, though. Just want to say. It's like you want to test this to see how much damage you get, but this is like not going to happen in this episode. But either way, it's a lot of armor. I'll lose special abilities from enchants. Like basically the best ability I had at the point where I wasn't spending much time anyways was the reduced fall damage, which there you go. I took fall damage there, but I didn't even make it made a slight fall damage sound to it, so. And not much else I can do for testing. Oh, I can just jump off the side of my thing over. Yeah. Not going to get much out of that, are we? You're just going to have to trust me. It's a good amount of armor. Basically, I guess it's like putting on... I don't know what the blue part is. Is it like... Does it... I'm not sure. I don't know if it would go like the silver color. or yeah, silver color-ish or iron color, which is regular armor set, and then it goes yellow or gold, sorry, and then it goes this diamond see-through one. Like I said, I really don't know for sure, but so we'll go up here. We'll be like, is there any wind today? So we'll go up as high as where it shows wind, and it's like, oh yes, there's wind today, and then yay! Oh man, okay. Well, we know it doesn't protect you from severe crazy fall damage. But usually that's not armor anyway, so... Overall, it still protects you quite a bit. That would have this close. That was a half of a heart from my stupidity there. But yeah, mob damage would be way, way more impressive. I guess I can end this episode showing you something we've been working on. Let's see here. Let's just dump all this in here. I don't know where my minecart is. Of course, I want to show you something, and I don't know where my minecart is. 1, 2... is it 7 in total? Yeah. Oh, no. I just did the worst thing I could have ever done. The wrong thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. I don't make cauldrons or minecarts often, but I do remember the cauldron was that recipe after making it, because you do make cauldrons more than minecarts that I've found. Now I screwed up here. I gotta fix this up later on, but we've been working on the rail system a bit more. I accidentally put the one wood type on the wrong spot. So first of all, this is the wrong wood type, and then so I derped up there. So that was one derp. And then the second derp was I put the proper wood type later on. It was supposed to be stairs, so it looks good, but it's not supposed to be here anyways. This is supposed to be cobblestone, then the next set of wood. So some areas need to be fixed, just didn't get around to it yet. And of course, you're not going to get a lot of momentum right now because there's a hill there. If you keep holding W the entire time, though, while in the minecart, you will get up the hill. It'll just get really slow here, so there you go. You'll crawl up, but it will work. Basically, this is max speed without a booster. There you go. We're getting slight improvements here. A bit more going down the hill. Nice. Now, once in a while you see the minecart stalls a wee bit. That's just because I have crappy internet, I think. It happens every chunk, basically, because these go down on the chunks themselves, so the stalling happens every time we hit the chunk boundary. But yeah, over time this will be a little nicer looking. We'll clean it up. It'll have, you know, power line going down. It'll have another set of high-speed rails eventually, and then we'll have these barriers on the side. We'll have these little lamps every so often, the powered lamps from Immersive Engineer. Yeah, it'll look a bit better. So there you go. So this over here is what I was talking about. So this is, if you look over here, it'll look a little nicer. Basically, Electro designed it so it'd just be nice and whatever. It just looks a little nicer underneath. But I put it here, but it's not actually supposed to be here. I have to remove all this up because it's just not supposed to be there. Unfortunately. So, a bit of work, but I'll get that done later. There might be a mob over here that we can fight. He's been around here for a while, and he was laying around here. I don't think he despawns ever, but maybe he did. Oh no, there's a horse guy over here. Oh, where's your horse guy, though? Maybe this is a fresh one that'll kick my butt. Darn it. Nah, that sucks. Oh, here he is. I thought there was one around still. He's stuck, that's why he doesn't come out. There you go. Honestly, he shouldn't really do much to us damage-wise. He eats food up, of course, but yeah, basically we should have a lot more armor in a sense, so yeah. But that's pretty much it, my friends. Nothing too exciting here. Oh, there you go. And yeah, so next time I think we might actually look into making the freezer machining, whatever it was called again, and then we'll also look into making a jetpack. So I might run the nuclear reactor like 1 or 2 more times, just make sure we get enough of the plutonium so we have enough, and then maybe after that or a little later we'll look at making Mach's reactor. Basically it runs on plutonium. It doesn't use up the plutonium, but it basically lets you use up the one material type that you have so much of, and then you can use some of it. Basically, it's an alternative reactor design that runs, I think, half the speed, but it's a nice reactor anyways. But either way, yeah, I'm having lots of fun with this pack, really enjoying it. Looking forward to seeing what the rail system looks like in the long run. So far, it's just basically Togi and I and Sniper and I connected. I will probably show you what Sniper's base looks like in the future, but right now his is pretty much under construction. I think his is just basically a fence line. He did just recently build, though. I'm holding W, so you can imagine how slow this would... Well, it would be so slow right now, you would have fallen backwards. But yeah, so Sniper right now, I believe just recently built an extra line towards his... he's got this... a little garden he's making the crops like I did for my sticky resin, but he did his in a swamp biome, which is better, and he also did like more fancy stuff. Basically it's up in the air, things like that. But anyways, so thank you guys and girls so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.